welcome to Telios Tutors. In this video I'm going to show you when to solve Pythagoras Theorem and how to use it. So we use Pythagoras Theorem when we are trying to find out one unknown side of a right angled triangle. So something like this. So it says that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And c is simply the longest side of the right angled triangles. So in this case this is C, and it's always opposite the right angle as well, and this was the longest side. We call this the hypotenuse, which is the longest side and the opposite to the right angle. And A and B could be either of these, so I'm just going to put A here and B here. So typically in the exam question they would give us, let's say, two sides. So I'm just going to put 3 centimeters here, let's say, for example, and 4 centimeters. And the question would say, find out what this side is. So we'd refer back to Pythagoras Theorem, which is a squared, so a here, so 3 squared, plus b squared, so 4 squared, is equal to c squared, which is what we want to find out, so c squared here. Okay, so now 3 squared is equal to 9, 4 squared is 16, is equal to c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, and that's all equal to c squared. So to find out what c is, we do the opposite of square, which is square root on the other side. So square root of 25 is equal to c. So square root of 25 is equal to 5. So we've just found out the length of this side here, which is 5 centimeters. And that's how you solve questions on Pythagoras Theorem with C as the longest side. If it was a question on finding, let's say, A, and we didn't know what B was, for example, and we knew what C was, so I'm just going to sketch that for you. So let's say, for example, the question was, we know what the hypotenuse is, which is 5. We know what A is, which is 3. And let's say we wanted to find out what B is. So label all the sides first of all. So we have A here, B here, and C here. So we will refer back to the Pythagoras Theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then we'll just go ahead and replace, or substitute rather, all the letters that we do know. So a squared, which is 3 squared, plus b squared, we don't know what that is, so we'll just leave that as b squared, is equal to c squared. C squared here is 5 squared. Okay, so we have one unknown here, which is b squared, so I'm just going to leave this on the left hand side, b squared here, and all this is equal to 5 squared on the right hand side, and then we're just going to move this over to this side, which is minus 3 squared. And the reason why it's minus is because it's positive on this side, so to move it over to the other side we do the opposite, so it's minus 3 squared. So 5 squared is 25, minus 3 squared, which is 9. So b squared is equal to all of this. So b squared equals to 25 minus 9, which is 16. So b is equal to 4, since 4 times 4 is 16. So that's how we find out the A or B side when we know the C and, let's say, A in this example.